This is Reed Dixon, and welcome to Curious Tendril. This is a blog for teachers, designers, and school leaders who care deeply about the future of teaching, learning, technology, and AI. Let's begin with a short piece on why I'm launching a blog. It's a peculiar thing to launch a blog when I've never much liked blogs. They sit rock bottom in my reading lists. But I'm a peculiar cat, and I revel in reversals. Whereas I once was a book-loathing boy who suddenly ached to be a writer, today I'm a blog-loathing man who suddenly needs to blog. A place to stay curious. So here I am in the land of blogs, trying to take curiosity seriously. Through Curious Tendril, first and foremost, I'm here to stay curious about daily life. But by extension, I'm also here to stay curious about the whole constellation of practices that go by the names teaching and design, not to mention the big ideas that give our lives meaning. Ideas like equity and innovation, sustainability. And let's not forget that persistent little acronym AI. With Curious Tendril, I aim to bring pedagogy to designers, to bring design thinking to the pedagogians, and to bring both to anyone who's curious. And I know pedagogian is not yet a word, but most educators know what I mean. It's those of us who eat, drink, and sing pedagogy unabashedly. While Curious Tendril begins primarily with pieces for designers, educators, and school leaders, my hope is that all visitors and subscribers will find posts and resources here that uniquely speak to their interests. In other words, something for everyone. With the launch of Curious Tendril, I'm including my first tendril piece that bridges daily life with teaching and design on dog parks and online social spaces. This is a hybrid essay that begins at the dog park and spins out towards the question of how to meet divergent social learning needs within online learning spaces. To all readers of Curious Tendril, expect an occasional piece like this that begins like a journal entry, like a long walk with Reed where our conversation slowly expands towards larger questions that cling and persist or even bloom. Essays like tendrils. A space for AI. If you've attended my talks on AI, you've likely heard me speak about what I call the urgency of play. You've heard me say that we cannot make effective decisions about any roadmaps, be they for our schools or our edtech products, unless we are first immersed in playing with generative AI. We cannot imagine the worst or the best of what AI will bring, nor can we plan around both unless we are immersed in the latest AI. With this in mind, Curious Tendril aims to walk the talk. As such, expect regular how-to pieces that I'm calling Tendril Tips that will share AI or other edtech practices that you can try on your own. And while Curious Tendril will include AI as a regular focus, do not expect this to be a blog constrained by AI. This blog is willfully wide open and reaching toward the new. The blog as a commitment to staying curious. Personally, I'm launching Curious Tendril to keep myself accountable to a discipline of inquiry and creative expression. My goal here is to step out from the quiet indulgence of personal journaling toward a kind of public inquiry, one that invites broader conversations. Perhaps most importantly, Curious Tendril is my new nudge to share these ideas with you. So why tendril? To be clear, the tendril is no literary genre. A tendril is simply an everyday miracle of nature that helps me, in particular, make sense of who I am. It helps me see how I make connections and how my observations curl upward and outward till finding their anchors. Some of these written tendrils will clearly reflect that process. Most of my initial pieces here began as audio journals, recorded in the dark while recovering from eye surgery, or they began while I was walking the dog. For those pieces that begin with me walking the dog, I sincerely hope that they feel like the kind of talks in which, no matter where we begin, we always arrive somewhere that matters. The tendrils reach. Being the perennial dreamer, I have ridiculous, fantastical visions for this blog. I would, of course, love to someday see Curious Tendril as the most highly subscribed blog on tech, teaching, design, or AI, but practically speaking, I'm just hoping that a handful of these posts might resonate with a few kindred spirits. If they do resonate with you, maybe let me know. This was the inaugural post for Curious Tendril at Substack. If this sounds like it might speak to you, please tap your like button, leave a comment, and please share it forward with anyone you know who might be curious. Up next is a field note for designers titled On Dog Parks and Online Social Spaces. Stay curious.